Salute, salute. Welcome to Skywalker Boxing Media. Team Mo Boxing, no problem. We got 86 Boxing in the house.
What's going on? Salute to you.
We got Papi Chun Yayo in the house.
Heavy on the poppy, light on the yayo.
And we got a special guest. We got the knockout artist, Keith Tsunami, Cologne, WBB Prospect of the Year 2024, 3-0, 3 knockouts, killing it from New Jersey. How you doing, brother?
All is well. I can't complain.
Nice, man. You had an amazing 2024, bro. I'm excited for 2025. We got your upcoming fight coming up February 1st. I have a link for the tickets right there. There's a number scrolling on the bottom. It's going down at the Prudential Center. So you already got a fight, brother. What's your goals for 2025, man? How many fights?
This year we just looking to keep staying active. We don't want to fall off. Eventually, we'll go up to 6 rounds, hopefully for my next fight. So depending on how many rounds I go, would depend on how many fights I had this year. But we're looking at like 4 or 5, not too many, but we still want to stay active and keep growing.
Nice. '86.
Hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going there, Keith? Good to have you back here again. I know we were able to chat last time around and all that stuff. So you got a fight coming up. Hey, 2025, man, it's already slated to be a pretty crazy year. I don't know if you saw, but we have this card, this like a major card going down in Saudi Arabia. And
Right.
It's like a big time card with a lot of top level fighters on there. I think we may have discussed this last time we chatted, but those opportunities there, Riyadh season, something like that coming about. If you got an opportunity at something like that, and even if it's this early on in your career, you taking that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got faith in my skills, my team, and my ability. So I know there's no worries there as long as I have a proper training camp, and I'm my best self. I'll be in there, ready to be in there with anybody.
All right. Thinking about the landscape as well in terms of where you're fighting the division as a whole. I think you're in a pretty right division. As a matter of fact, featherweight, right? So it's pretty right division. Got a lot of competition out there. Are there any names you're looking at, you're thinking about here over, if not even this year, but in the coming year, just thinking about some names that are out there brewing?
I definitely got my eyes on all like the title holders in my division. Um, just even now when I'm making performances and fight camp, like I'm not really thinking about my opponent. I'm training as if I'm training against like a world champion, or if I'm in that fight right now. So, it's just I could keep building, keep looking better, keep looking sharper. I'm not trying to like decrease in my game or anything of that nature. So, right now we just all like the top guys, like the top 5. I got my eyes on them, and I'm working my way up.
Man, that's incredible, bro. I believe we interviewed one of your stablemates here the other day. Can you talk to the fans about the type of people you got in your gym? How iron sharpens iron? Could you talk about that a little bit?
Shout out to Ironbound Boxing Gym, Newark, New Jersey.
Definitely. Yeah, my gym, we got a lot of killers. I'm gonna start off with like the youngest, then work, the way up. We got a lot of young kids. Got a kid named Sebastian Salinas. He just got into like the nationals, like the national level, but he's learning an amateur.
Oh, man, you might have
Yeah,
got a
we'll be
phone
right
call.
back. Shout out to Joseph. Shout out to everybody coming in. Picasso, Rodolfo, Boz. I see you guys. Christopher from Ireland, Rodolfo, the Boxing Kangaroo, Carl. Shout out to all the people coming in. Hit that like button. Share the channel. We got a future champion in the
You guys
house.
still hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear.
Yeah, he'll be back. But hey, much love to everybody coming in. Gray Fox from Canada. We got Ireland, Canada. We got the whole world. We got the Philippines. Shout out to everybody, man. Picasso, we got Dallas, Fort Worth in the house.
Tell you, Skywalker, we'll have all our Filipino friends. They're gonna be like heavy on the poppy.
Yo, we got Boz way out there too, man, halfway across the ocean, man.
We'll have them in Dublin. They're gonna be in Dublin doing it too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Keith Cologne is the truth, guys. Knockout artist. I enjoy watching his fights, man. 3-0. I've seen him on the amateur side, man. You know, he has some fights with some of our local talent here. That's when I think I first heard of Keith Cologne, but yeah, definitely an amateur star too, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, speaking of amateurs, you know, while we waited for him to come back, yesterday, you know, I was fortunate to be able to do media for Gloves on the Coast, which was sponsored by heavyweight boxer Jerry Forrest from here at Newport News. And man, it was just an incredible event. There was 25 fights. There was, you know, 40 or so, you know, people waiting in case they could get a chance to get in there and get some action. They was there ready to go. Sold the event out, man. We're making moves out here with the amateur systems. We want to give, you know, we have talent here in America. You shouldn't have to go all the way to Saudi to go watch a good fight. We have talent here.
Right.
And the best talent at that. We always have had the best talent.
You guys had 25 fights, man. Jerry Forrest put together a beautiful event, man, out there. That's what every community needs. Keep the ticket prices low. You can sell out the house, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and some of y'all out there in the audience, you feel me? You know, you got some kids out there. You better not talk too much trash, because we're gonna send them youngers in there to come get smoke with them. You feel me?
Got my brother back. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what happened. Flag got kicked out.
Yeah, man.
You was describing. You was describing. You know, your stablemates, and you was starting at the youngest one. I believe that's where you left off.
Yeah. Sebastian Salinas, he probably like 12 years old, southpaw kid. You know, got great skills. He's just learning. You know, he got the talent, he got the skills, but it's different when you fight in amateurs. You know, you got to kind of be more active and fight like a fighter's sort of style. You know, so you know he's coming up in that ranking, and y'all gonna hear about him soon. We also got a female fighter, Cherish Love. You know, she's like top 3 in the female division. And you got Josiah Kirkpatrick. He making his pro debut soon as well. Top amateur boxer. You know, so we got a stacked gym, nice gym, and you know, it's just us be rocking.
And I heard that you guys got Richardson Hitchens coming to your guys' gym. You guys put in a lot of work with Richardson Hitchens.
Yeah, we put in, you know, we get in rounds with, you know, all the top pros around here, Richardson Hitchens, you know, literally all the top guys that y'all see, you know, on TV, on the zone, top rank, you know, we get work with them. We don't shy away from work. We go to their gym all the time. We be in New York almost like every Saturday sparring. So, you know, we real familiar with those guys.
All right. And so how was the transition? I know in the amateurs you killed it, man. You were one of the stars in the amateurs, man. That's how I first started, like, you know, hearing about you in the beginning before you even made your pro debut. And how is that transition, man? Like, you got like mad power, bro. You be stopping everybody, bro. Like, you haven't had a fight go the distance yet. What do you contribute that to?
That's just, I don't consider myself a power puncher, but that's just you know, my hard work and dedication in the gym. You know, like I said, I'm not in there, you know, training for my opponent. I'm in there training for like the world champions that I'm gonna be facing within like 2-3 years. So, you know, that's what I'm supposed to do at the end of the day, in my eyes and in my team eyes. I'm supposed to get these guys out of here. They not on my level, and that's my job to show.
All right. Yeah, because when you come from the amateurs, man, like you know, a lot of people don't have that power, bro, and you're showing off some exciting fights, man. Like, it's entertaining to watch you, and it's, you know, some people got that gift, and you got that gift, man. You know what I mean?
Definitely, I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, this was just like harkening back on sort of that amateur side. You're talking about those in the gym and being able to work with those guys. If you could elaborate in terms of, they say iron sharpens iron. How important is it to get in that work for you there, sort of on the back end where the lights aren't there and all that stuff? How important is that to your game? Like this work you're doing in the trenches with these sparring sessions, these different names, some of these amateurs, as you mentioned, that are coming up who people will realize who they are at some point.
Yeah, I feel like it's important. All the top guys in the division, no matter who he or she is, they get top quality rounds in with other top quality fighters, and that's how you push each other to become better. As the competitive nature, nobody want to lose. So even in sparring matches, you give it your all, you give it 110%, and then that just come fight night, it just it shows what you do and it bring out the best in you.
So I want to ask you a question. Especially dealing with this amateur stuff. How difficult of a transition was it for you to make going from amateurs to pros versus the pro style? You know what I mean?
No, it wasn't. For me, I feel like I'm doing a great job. It's just more of a understanding of the game. I feel like growing up, I kind of had a pro style, and it was hard for me to fight the amateur style. Just being active, just because of how I think in the ring. I'm more of a patient fighter. Um, it's not that I don't like to throw away punches. It's more so like everything that I do is purposeful. If I throw a jab or I feint for a reason, you're not just gonna see me throw a double jab right hand just to stay busy.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta do that to win. If it's a close fight, that's something different. If it's a close fight and both of y'all landed shots, sometimes all right, who's throwing more punches, they kind of land the same amount. You just kind of gotta stay active and look more busy. But in the amateurs, that's what it really is. It's not. Like if I'm throwing a jab to the body in the pros, I'm trying to like stick it there. But in the amateurs, it's more just I'm just trying to touch. I'm not trying to break them down. It's just more in and out. So I feel like, now it's more easier for me to just, box and use my IQ, my skills, and transfer the training into the fights. But before it was a little bit harder because I had to kind of go against my own style.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's good stuff right there. At the elite level, at the amateur side, once you're at a certain point, you're doing 3-minute rounds and all that stuff. So I know that you're doing 4-rounders right now. At least your first fights have been 4-rounders. This next one coming up, is that the same case or is it 6-rounder? And how does that feel to you in terms of you going through that sequence where you're kind of just going to continue to expand upon the amount of rounds that you are doing or competing in the pros?
Nah, this one right here is a 4-rounder. Just because of the fact that it's a quick turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
I just fought late November. So people been like, oh my God, you've been fighting a lot. You've been fighting a lot. That's a good thing. But they don't
Yeah.
understand. Like once you go up in rounds, you have to have the proper training camp. Even if it's just 2 more rounds or six, that's still a big jump. From a 4-rounder to a 6-rounder, it's a
Mm-hmm.
big difference. So that's why I say like, because I want to have the proper training camps for each fight and not just, go back to back, quick, quick, quick. I probably won't be fighting as much as people probably think. Like, because I came out the gate fighting back to back to back to back. But you gotta understand when you going against, people that don't like when you in the ring, it's people that really trying to knock your head off. So I want to be my best self at all times, and with that comes with like great preparation and a great training camp.
Oh yeah, good stuff right there in terms of training wise. So I'd imagine, how long have you been in camp? Since your last fight, pretty much you jump right back into it.
Yeah, pretty much. I had a fight scheduled mid-January, so
Okay.
we wasn't really taking too much time off. It kind of fell through, and early February came about, so we jumped on that one since it was just like right there.
Nice.
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Good
last
stuff.
time you were on the show, you were talking about your education, man. How's the school going?
School going good. We just wrapped up another semester. It started back up in the middle of January as well. So right now I'm just able to focus on boxing, relax, chill. So everything going pretty smooth.
Nice. Yeah, I like to hear that, man. When you guys invest time in school, man, you have that, that that extra, when boxing's over, you have something to fall back on.
Yeah, definitely.
Plan B, C, D, E, whatever. Definitely got to have some type of backup. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with how do you feel about fighters at the beginning of their career, maybe facing guys who are considered journeymen?
I feel like I don't judge no fighter based off the beginning stages of their career, and I say that just because of this, like where I'm at, and I understand the game, So, and what I mean by that is, if you got a fighter that want to be that's like me, want to be active, they might not gonna be able to get the best, looking opponents because they fighting so much, and they just gonna get the best opponent at the time or the best opponent that's available. Now if you got other guys that they don't care how often they fight, they just want a top opponent. They might fight twice a year and they get a tough opponent each time, just so they can keep building, keep growing, or whatever the case might be. But like I said, you got to understand boxing. It's a lot of top promotional companies. They don't care what you bring to the table. If you don't bring excitement, if you don't bring ticket sales, if you don't bring people that's coming to watch you, they'll drop you. So you gotta be strategic on your come up because that's everything. That's your foundation, and that's gonna determine your future.
Oh, you said something right there. Hey, listen, y'all. So I was just talking to our American fighters here real quick. Having some sort of culture behind you to back what you're doing gives the fighters some additional confidence and some additional negotiation points when it starts coming down to contracts. So some of y'all black folks need to start getting behind some of y'all black folks so they can have a little bit of culture behind them, because Ireland's coming here. Britain's coming here. All these Mexicans is coming. People are coming here bringing their culture with them. You feel me? And we need to pack them up and send them back home because this is our soil, baby. I'm staying on that.
Hey, I have a question for Keith, man. You're in the same hometown as Shakur Stevenson. He has a big fight with Kid Austin, right?
Right.
That fight's coming up. You don't spar with him. You guys are pretty close in weight.
Who's Shakur?
Yeah, Shakur.
Nah, I ain't sparred Shakur in a while. He's I'm still in Jersey. He more based out of Houston.
Yeah,
That's where he reside at. So I ain't really been sparring. I spar more the people that's over here, New York, Philly. More in that area.
I forgot. Yeah, he's in Houston with Jay Prince. Yeah.
Man, so I mean that's your territory now, right?
Yeah,
when the lion leave his territories is just for two reasons. He either got forced out or he got forced out. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Hold it down for Newark, man. Like I said, you got a couple of cultures that's getting ready to get behind you, and we're gonna rock with you. Let's go.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I like the way you market yourself, man. You got a YouTube channel. I put it in the top of my chat. You guys subscribe to Keith Cologne's YouTube channel so you can stay updated. If anytime there's an announcement, I know everything about you, bro, because you put everything out there for people, man. It's real easy to follow you, and I appreciate that, man. I wish more fighters did do what you do, man, as far as putting yourself out there.
For sure. Thank you. Appreciate you for just staying
what about
on the journey.
Fighter of the Year?
Say it again.
I heard something about some Fighter of the Year somewhere, or something like that.
Prospect of the year, yeah. Shout out to the WBB and Al Rahim Burke. They recognized, my skills and nominated me Prospect of the Year. It's a blessing. Just turning pro in the summer. Just early last year, I was still an amateur going to the nationals, and July made my pro debut. Racked up 3 fights, 3 knockouts, and within that short amount of time, they recognized me as one of the hottest prospects coming out. So I appreciate them for just recognizing my hard work and sacrifices.
Yeah, man. Shout out to WBB. I'm doing a lot of work with Raheem, man, and shout out to Pro Say. We're gonna build this, man. 2025 is gonna be a great year. We got his first fights coming up, so yeah, man. Let's go.
And man, I know you're not accepting no pressure, but listen, man, I know they tried to do something with somebody that was from the Ukraine, tried to make him sound like he was the best thing since sliced bread. But I mean, are we trying to get a championship belt before the time that he would have? Because it seems like somebody's trying to check a box off that can't be unchecked.
I'm not too familiar on who you're talking about.
Lomachenko.
Oh, you said, all right, what about him? Am I trying to like get like, title fight before he did? That's what you're trying to ask?
Something like that.
Nah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like in this boxing game, if you notice, the people that worry about the other fighters, they not the ones, that like the world champions and the guys that's at the top of the game. They ain't talking about nobody else. They not even worried about anybody else. And I'm the same way. Like I like every fighter that's fighting right now, prospects, they got to come up just like I got to come up. And they might get knocked off sooner than I might get knocked off, or people might say something about like, oh, Lomachenko did this, Lomachenko better. Like that's your opinion at the end of the day. I'm gonna still come up, still put on great performances for my people, and I'm 3-0. Y'all comparing me to Lomachenko already. Oh, y'all saying things about me and him in the same sentence, so I'm obviously doing something right.
Facts. And Raheem said the man hasn't been touched yet. So
That's right.
that's facts, bro. Yo, your fights, man. You look hella good, bro. Man, those
Appreciate it.
first 3 fights, man. Shout out to Thomas, man. He got me onto you too, man. He was there covering your fight. And yeah, man, that was a dope night, man. That was your pro debut, man. I remember
Right.
watching your pro debut. You already got you're 3-0, 3 KOs. Killing it, bro. 2025 is a fresh year, man. I could see you fighting 4 to 5 times in 2025.
Definitely.
So
Yeah, I think that's a plus. Thinking about where you fought there, Prudential Center, that is a big stage. Especially for you to make your debut there, and you now just going into your 4th fight, going to be fighting there again. I know you fought another time there, and I think that says something because thinking about it just from a local standpoint, the grind is different. It can vary. You could be at some smaller shows or whatever it may be, but something about you has stood out in a way that they want to put you in front of the people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big kudos to you right there. And thinking about it stylistically, it must be something that they see and hey, you can back it up.
Yeah, definitely. My pro debut, like I said, my pro debut, I fought pretty high on the card. This is a top ranked card where they got fighters that they signed, and I was a fight before the main card just in my pro debut. So that's just a testament to like my skills and who I am in and outside the ring. Like I was fighting after guys that fought 8 rounders, and I'm only fighting a 4 rounder. You don't really see that, so you know.
Yeah. How do you handle it in terms of I could imagine, of course, when a fighter is coming up doing their thing on the amateur side, people are realizing and knowing who they are. Then you turn pro, then you start to get these fights that are televised, things of that nature. How is it, in and around the city? You have people coming up to you, things of that nature. How do you handle that?
Oh yeah, definitely. They love me. They love me over here, so it's all love. I remember when I actually first posted. When I first posted, I was gonna fight at the Prudential Center. I was downtown. I was getting something downtown, and I posted it probably like 30 minutes before, and I got out the car, made a corner, like busted a right on the corner to go into the store. And right before I got in the store, the dude was like, "Yo, you just posted. Are you about to fight at Prudential?" I'm like, "Yeah." So since like as soon as I made my transition from amateur to pro, and I've been doing my thing. It's like it's been a crazy turnout.
yeah,
Hey, that's that statement you made about posting something and then being somewhere and somebody noticing. You might want to pay attention to that and help you move strategically out here because everybody's territory ain't to be touched upon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So maybe I know got some celebrity friends that don't post where they've been at until after they've already been there.
Yeah.
right. I uploaded your fight poster too, man. You guys, February 1st, you're in the East Coast. It's going down at the Prudential Center. It's Winter Warfare. It's going down, and you get tickets. There's a number scrolling on the bottom, 973-388-9080. and that's where you can get tickets or reach out to Keith. And,
Yeah, you can come out,
come out and
text,
support.
DM me, text the number on the flyer, you get your ticket, you make sure we get you right.
And you got some merchandise and things like that?
Oh yeah, Dev, like this something that, it's something that I have for some time, but for this fight specifically, we got a colorways, like we got shirts and hoodies specifically for the like specifically for this fight colorway. So, it's gonna be out real soon. It's coming out, but it's coming. Trust.
So that's dope right there. So yeah, looking forward to that for sure. Now, as far as the opponent, do you know who the opponent is gonna be as of yet?
Yeah, we definitely got opponent locked in.
Okay.
I don't remember his name. I'm being honest. I just seen a couple rounds of him, but I do know he a Mexican fighter, so I know he gonna definitely have some love in the building for him. I just want them to show out for him just as much as they showing out for me.
Okay, good stuff.
We got the goats, you already call, man. Recognizing
that's my guy Honcho right there. That's my cameraman.
Yes, salute to Honcho.
Hey, listen, I know we're gonna have something exciting to walk out to, right? What we doing for the feature? What we doing for the people? You ain't got to give it away, but I know we're doing something wild.
I definitely for my first 3 fights, I feel like I had bangers. I had people that's been walking me out being crazy. I had my guy Flea from Newark. I had Al from Jersey City, and I had MC Vert, like one of the hottest producers in Jersey. Well, I feel like the hottest producer in Jersey, if I'm being honest, or Tri-State. And for this one, we're gonna keep with the same script. Just we're gonna stick with Nook this time. We in Prudential Center, so I love to bring out my Nook guys. It's a little special. So I feel like it's gonna be fire.
That's dope. Hey, that's a part of it. That showmanship right there.
Right.
As they say, you look good, feel good. That includes walking out, all that stuff. You feel good. You go in there and do your thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, I put all your socials, man. Like I said, Keith, he's on it, man. He's on YouTube, Instagram, everything, right, Keith?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I be posting up just fight updates. Anything like I said about tickets. If I'm dropping a new YouTube vid, the whole 9. Like, if you follow my Instagram, you're gonna be a step ahead of everybody else. You got the the most current updates about any and everything.
Yeah. Man, I'm definitely excited for 2025, man. Like I said, February 1st, we get to see him first fight of the year. It'll be your 4th fight. And man, I wish you nothing but the best, man. You guys have a great team. Shout out to your father, man. You got a great dad, you know what I mean? He's always helping you out, man, with your career too, man. I like that, man. Your dad's solid.
Appreciate that.
And you got everybody in the community loves you, bro. Like I'm cool with the whole YouTube boxing community. You got every clique of the community, man, and everybody knows you. They respect you, and we're all excited when you put up a fight announcement. You know what I mean? We know it's gonna be a good fight. And
definitely.
A lot of people are calling you the Puerto Rican Tank. I remember last show we were calling you that. Take my retire. So hey, man, we got Keith though.
Hey, wait a minute, hold up a second, man. We don't make our name off other people out here. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
We want somebody to say they the I don't know, the Mexican Keith Cologne or something, the Irish Keith Cologne or something, right? We set the trends out here on the Northeast. You feel me? The whole world followed what the Northeast did. Period. And everybody want to come here and be here. So put some respect on us.
So, yeah, after your fight, man, we'd like to have you back, man. We can talk about it. We'll do a little film study, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll go over the fight and yeah, man, we'd like to have you back. And shout out to the WBB. He's in here, Raheem. Much respect, man. We'd like to see Keith fight for a title 2025. Nice little hardware, you know what I mean? Start off his pro career. So, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Raheem. He be doing a lot of my fight outfits, my shirts that y'all see too.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris.
Okay, yeah, definitely gonna be checking with that. Salute to you there, Raheem, for sure.
Raheem.
Well, yeah, looking forward to big things there in 2025 there for you, Keith. So yeah, definitely appreciate the time for sure.
Was that I appreciate y'all for having me.
Ernest, any last words? Or?
Man, listen, man, it's all you know what it is. It's heavy on the poppy, light on the yayo. We ain't doing this for us. We doing this for them.
Um, yeah, like I said, wishing nothing but success. We're having an Albuquerque event Saturday. It's BYB. They recruited me. I've been out helping with this event, man. It's local for our local fighters. We'll be doing a show at 9 p.m. Eastern, so I'll be back live. I'm gonna eat a quick dinner. It was nothing but love, man. Like I said, I'm gonna stay updated with Keith, man. He's the truth, man. And we're gonna be seeing him prospect of the year for top rank for whoever, man. We'll see 2025, man. Just keep killing it, man.
Who's
Get
that?
five more knockouts to add to those three. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's not be scared to do that legacy thing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm a legacy guy. Y'all got to know that. You know, if I got a museum and somebody going into that 200 years later talk about I did X, Y, and Z, I made my mark. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm a legacy guy. Y'all could be money guys. Y'all could be belt guys. You could be all that. But legacy over here.
Any last words, Keith?
I just want to say thank y'all for having me. Like my guy Skywalker Boxing said, if you want to stay updated on any boxing related or non-boxing related info about me, or even in the city, you know, I do a lot of like anything that I see that's posted that's relevant for the city, I'll post it, show love. You can follow me on Instagram at official Keith Cologne, and you can follow me on YouTube at Keith Tsunami Cologne. That's where I post more training vlogs. You can see how I train, a day in the life, and even fight recaps and the whole nine. So appreciate y'all for having me again.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back.
Indeed.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody tuning in. Dan, Raheem, Thomas, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys. Follow Keith. And we'll be back live in 55 minutes. But 86, man. Thank you, man, brother. We're glad you're back. We missed you.
Appreciate you.
Big part of the show, man. It's always awesome having you on, man. So you guys follow 86 Boxing on all platforms. And that's my brother, man. Shout out. Hey, we got to recognize Josh too, right, Ernest? Real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I figured we would do it on the next show. We're gonna start it off with it. You know what I mean?
Well, he's not gonna be on the next one.
I'm gonna miss out. Yeah, I'm gonna miss that one.
Hey,
well,
but he was awarded official in his area, man, in the DMV. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
PM.
Oh yeah. Salute to y'all. Yeah, Potomac Valley Association. You know, so pretty much that's where all of the boxing goes down, or at least on the amateur side. For Washington D.C., Prince George, and Montgomery County, Maryland. So all of the sanctions come through Potomac Valley Association. And I always say I like the caveat too that, of course, we're D.C., you know, surrounded by Virginia, Maryland, and then we have a lot of other places right by it. So Maryland is a funny shaped state, as you all know, and they have another local boxing committee. It's called South Atlantic. So that's where Baltimore is. So you think about the guys who come out of there. They were probably tied to South Atlantic. And then Virginia is right there. And Virginia is its own LBC. Of course, Poppy had mentioned earlier, he was at an event that was sanctioned through the Virginia committee and all that stuff, but it's all intermingled in some sense because you'll see VA fighters, Baltimore area, etc. fighters that are at the shows going down in DC and other parts of Maryland and Virginia as well. So it's like one big happy family, but Potomac Valley specifically is DC and Montgomery and Prince George's County, Maryland. So there are two big counties in the area as well. So a lot of talent comes out of pretty much all these areas for the most part.
So he's number one referee official, man. Hey, they see the hard work. Man, he wasn't sleeping very much that week he was out there.
That was
work, bro.
That's a national event right there. Yeah, that was a national.
Running around the ring all day, Josh was, man.
Oh, yeah. So shout out to all of them, and it's from people who, showed me the ropes, giving me a lot of good digestible information there, working it on the amateur side as well. And that's the thing I want to say, we talk about the amateur stuff. You know, we have events all the time. So those that are listening, watching things of that nature, you can get involved. You can become an official, whatever it may be, even from a media standpoint. As Papi Chin Yo-Yo was mentioning there, he just did something from a media standpoint at a USA Boxing event. That was a Virginia event there that was put on by Jerry Forrest. But just thinking about it, if you're into boxing, you're a fan of it, that's one way to take root right there through those amateur ranks, because there's always shows going down, and you're going to be seeing some of the future stars that are tied to the sport in itself when you're working it at that grassroots local level as well. So much love and appreciation. I've been doing it for a good little minute. So salute to PVA, but appreciate y'all as well, you know.
Yeah.
So I was down with coming on doing the day. We'll keep it going.
Keep the grind up. Shout out to PYP Boxing out in Texas. He kind of does the same stuff as us too, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah, man. We are
James. Hey, we're gonna be back. We'll be back in 50 minutes for Bare Knuckle, man. It's BYB 35 Albuquerque Brawl. It's coming in Albuquerque. We're gonna be talking about that event, having a lot of special guests on. You guys tune in. I'm gonna grab a quick dinner and I'll be back live in 50 minutes.
Peace.
All right, guys. Peace.
Correct.
It's love.